gentlemen, to the Beach Banter podcast. Yours truly, Harrison. It's been a while, but we're here again with my compadre, Rosie. What's happening, brother?
Yo, we're back, doing good, doing good. Another week, another reaction. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, so it's Monday is an unusual day for us, but this is when we opportunity to do so. Nonetheless, where do we start? I mean, we could quickly touch on the last draw because this is just about Man United, right? So the last draw against Nottingham Forest. I'm sure watching that match, David, you probably had a roller coaster of emotions because at first it felt like as though we've scored the first goal. This is looking really great. Casemiro capitalizes from the corner kick that was awarded to Manchester United. Bruno gets another assist. Life is looking good. We are on them and all that. Second half they switch on and we unfortunately not capitalize but capitulate from just a 7 minutes period of you know uh, crosses and all that, and man like Ahmad at the back post. So they took advantage of that, which is what it is. But we came back. Ahmad scores the last moment, right? So it's looking really good. So everyone's feeling good, right? It's 4 games unbeaten. Can we do it against Spurs? Because I was really worried about this game. I was worried about the midfield. I was worried about everything. But again, I thought we played really well, especially in the first half. Second half, not so much. Intentionally so, I think, because we sat back. Cunha didn't have his best game. You had guys like man, Mbomo is amazing. He's just top notch. So he's just his presence and his abilities and his first touch
Our
and everything
best player, basically.
I'm telling you. So there's that obviously Bruno and all that entailed. And obviously up until the 83rd minute, it was looking really great. Seshko should have scored 2 goals from those chances that we had. I mean, I don't know. He just looked not he didn't look sharp when he was approaching those opportunities. But there we have it. We conceded one and we conceded another one again. Richarlison, who had done nothing the whole game, like a peacock, just straying around and doing what I don't bloody know. Gets a lucky goal from an Odebear shot. So, but it was looking really annoying. I was
So
really pissed
such a
off at that
lucky
because I was like,
goal,
man,
and the
I didn't really
guy,
think.
such a
I
lucky
know,
goal, man. And the guy was celebrating
yeah,
and crying and praying and offing shit. How many
I don't
things you
know.
want to do? Every time he has done that shit, they have never won a game.
When he did it against Everton, was it Everton that he did when he was playing for Everton or when he was playing against Everton, he did that, he moved shit, everything, they still went to equalize. So he always does that stuff, man. Yeah, I remember when he was playing for Everton against Liverpool, he scored, he did that same ish at the same time, and later on they still freaking equalize. So that guy is always he's always overdoing the most, man. But
Yeah,
yeah, it is what
yeah.
it is. Big up the Ligt, man, because I think the Ligt had a fantastic game. I thought, bro, when Sheshko went off, man, the compounding um unfortunate events, if you want to call it that, where Sheshko comes on, gets injured, goes off, misses 2 chances. We're looking really like because they're coming back on because and now he has to take off
That was a
Casemiro.
terrible showing from him, man.
Yeah, he has
Terrible.
to terrible, man. He has to take off Casemiro because he's getting tired. He has to take off Mazraoui because Mazraoui hasn't really had a lot of game time recently and it wasn't really looking that sharp, especially when he was holding the ball a bit too long and all that kind of stuff. So it was
Yeah,
showing, right? So
yeah, yeah.
he had to do what he had to do. He had to make the changes. Ahmad had to switch to left back and sorry, to left wing back, and I felt like that exposed us a little bit because when they had guys like Odebear coming, I feel like if that was a very sharp Mazraoui, yeah, Odebear is not getting that much fun. But regardless, we do what we do. We equalize. Sorry, we concede, unfortunately. But then I don't know. Mbumu wins us the corner kick, and bro, that corner I wasn't really like, bro. I was because I was on the phone with someone at that time because I was pissed off. I'm like, man, dead this game. So I dropped my iPad by the side. I'm like, let me just sit down in my car, bro.
Dude,
And I was just,
I
I
was
really,
done with the game as well. I was
I
done.
was done with the game. I'm like, yo, how can we just lose this
I was
game? Like they
done.
always keep beating
Yeah.
us all the time. Like what's
I
all this?
stopped watching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just literally just dropped my
Yeah.
iPad to the side, man, and I was just literally they were going for the corner. I even saw Lamens going for the corner. I'm like, yo, Lamens, go sit down, man. What are you gonna do up there, bro? The leg scored this flipping from a fantastic whipping ball from Bruno Fernandes, and the leg pops it in. Man, I was so happy when I saw that goal. But yeah, I had just the last two games that we've just equalized at the dying moment. Obviously, conceding two goals, which is not great. But the fight that the team has shown over the last couple of games, over last in fact, the whole last 5 games for sure, has been
Yeah,
amazing, bro.
the
What
fight,
have you?
the fight, the
Your thoughts,
fight.
man? Your
Yeah,
thoughts, brother?
yeah, yeah, man. So I'm going to go through the two games just like you just mentioned,
Yeah,
and it's very interesting because the Manchester United fan base, we are Manchester United, but we are so more divided than we are united. Like as
yeah,
the fan base of this club, it's
yeah.
absolutely insane. Every single time we have a coach, there is the sect of coach in and the sect of coach out every
Mm,
single time. We had it under, let's go back as Van Gaal. The people who wanted Van Gaal to stay, people who wanted him to go. Mourinho at some point, people wanted him to stay, people wanted him to go. In
mm-hmm,
hindsight, maybe we should have backed him. In Oli, people wanted him to stay, people wanted him to go. Most
mm,
of the managers that end up being sacked by the end, majority of the fan base want them to go. Where am I going with
mm,
this? For Manchester United, the fan base always have sects that want the manager out and always have sects that want to back the manager and back the progress. Now, why do I say this? Why? Over the last 5 games, Manchester United have won 3 games and drawn two. Won 3 games and drawn
crazy,
two.
crazy.
From a period of our last loss, which was Brentford, I don't think anybody was looking at our next run of games and would have expected that form. I don't think anybody would have expected. If anybody said that would be our form, they would have looked at you like you are not serious, basically, like you're joking.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you look at the details of these 5 games, now the 3 wins aside, of these 5 games, that is, of these last 2 games that we've drawn, Nottingham Forest and Tottenham, we could have actually won 5 out of 5 games.
Easily.
Both of those draws were in our hands.
Yeah,
We literally, not the Arsenal way, but we bottled the 3 points in those games because in the Nottingham Forest game, I believe we were 1-0 up. We didn't have to concede that goal. When we concede, one thing I've learned about this Manchester United team is that it's not a team that
yeah,
concedes one goal,
yeah.
right?
Exactly.
If you pop the cherry, more than likely you are going to pop the cherry more than once. The
Mm.
one I was quite expecting us to concede again versus Spurs, considering when that first goal went in.
Yeah, true,
You know,
true that.
football
Of
is a
course.
very funny game. You are playing you are playing for a 90-minute game. You play for 80 minutes. The team has not scored. It's 1-0. Suddenly they get a goal in the 84th minute, and suddenly between that 84th minute and 90 plus whatever, it looks like they can score 5 goals. Football is a very funny game, right? In the Tottenham
Mm,
game, we the goal we conceded was very unlucky,
mm.
right? Yes, Ahmad should have done better, and the other right centre back to block that cross coming in. We should not have let that cross come in. But the cross went in. The Leeds kind of did the best he could do given the circumstances, which is the
Yes.
pace of the ball, the curve of the ball, the control by Tell. And he did his best and he went for the block. What actually made that shot go in was the Leeds block.
Yes,
If he
it
left the
was.
ball for Lamens would have made an easy save. He was
Very
positioned
easy save.
well, the ball was actually going. Tell took a safe shot, right? So the ball was just going on target. Lamens
Yeah.
was ready. He would have saved it. The deflection of the elite attempting to block the shot, took it on a whole other trajectory Lamens was not expecting and made that a goal. When that was a goal, momentum in the side of Tottenham Hotspur. They're at home. They haven't won. They've only won 3 games in like 19 games or so at home,
Yeah.
right? So they don't win enough at home. So they were up for it. So I wouldn't want to say it's a capitulation because the first goal kind of unlucky, the second goal kind of unlucky, right? Even
Yeah,
if you want to say where the mistake was maybe in terms of personnel we brought in, but then we don't have that much personnel. If we didn't bring in Ugarte and Co, who were we going to bring in, right? In terms of players who can
exactly.
maybe keep pressure on Tottenham's players and also be able to keep a tempo and keep possession and movement of the ball for us when we get the ball. Because if you
Yes,
notice, once Casemiro left, a lot of the time when we got the ball, we didn't last very long with possession, and that
yes.
led to more pressure on us from the Tottenham players, which led to the goals. So we could have won that game if not for that turn. The game where I would say, okay, there was a bit of a capitulation in 5 minutes was the Nottingham
The
Forest
Forest
game.
game. Yeah, the Forest
In
game,
both
definitely.
those games, the team should fight, but in the
Yes.
Forest game, for 5 minutes there against Forest,
Mm.
there was a bit of a capitulation, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The first goal, I don't really call Morgan Gibbs White on Ahmad taking advantage. He's not really that much bigger or stronger than Ahmad, right?
He is, oh,
Gibbs
he
White
is,
is
oh.
not the biggest guy himself.
He really is.
No, he's not that big, bro.
No, I didn't
Gibbs
say.
White is a short guy now.
No, no, no. I didn't say he was.
He's bigger than Ahmad, yes, but
That's what I'm trying to say. He's bigger than Ahmad, and so
yeah,
in the
go on.
air, Ahmad isn't that strong. So it's just,
No, yes,
yeah.
but like Ahmad, no, Ahmad didn't have like he. The thing is, you don't have to win the header,
Yeah,
but
that's true.
what you
That's true.
must do
Put pressure on the
is
person. Yeah.
ensure that it's an uncomfortable and untargeted header from your opponent. But against White headed that ball where he wanted to.
Yes.
Ahmad could have jumped with him. That would have taken him off balance. It would have looked like they both fouled each other or whatever. As simple as that. That's one thing Martinez does for you, Lissandro Martinez. Martinez is a
Yeah.
short guy.
Yeah.
He is hardly going to win the ball against most attackers. But one thing you would never do is have your free smooth header on Martinez. Your header
Yes.
would never go on target because he's gonna put one on you legally. So that's the
Yeah.
kind of things we're talking about. Then when we get to the second goal, Diogo Dallo, an absolute criminal and culprit, switched off after the team went for the headers. Ball bounced to a Brentford player. He was still switched off, ball watching.
Bro.
Absolutely poor from him.
Bro.
And that was definitely one part of why he was definitely dropped for the Tottenham game, which I like Amorim for that. But now, where am I going on a grand scale? There was a bit of some capitulations. There were some things that maybe are not the best, but 3 wins and 2 draws in 5 games is literally top four form. And
Yes.
this is form that should the manager continue, and even if it doesn't particularly continue, but getting to this point, we cannot declare evidence or declare existence of progress. There is some progress. Even the fact that you say there was fight in this team, there was progress. This team I saw the last 2 years lose both Spurs and Nottingham Forest games because when they capitulate, they probably lose the game. In games like that, the only thing that saves us is when we bring in McTominay and Maguire to try and cross our nod. And if that doesn't work, it's a sure loss. But in these games, we kept
Yeah.
fighting, we kept pushing, especially the Nottingham Forest game, because I myself, as a fan, I felt we were very unlucky. I felt
Yeah,
we were
we're lucky.
very hard done by.
We're lucky.
I
We're
felt it
lucky.
was very cruel what happened to us by the footballing gods, because Tottenham did not play anything to deserve to score 2 goals.
I'm
I
telling
felt
you.
it was very cruel. But then at the end of the day, the players fought even through that and still managed. The elite could have been like, oh, fuck this, man. After all this effort we lost. And he might have not tried so hard to connect with the header and try to still score. Could have just,
Yeah.
done a half jump and, fuck it.
Yeah.
But the players kept going to the end in both games. With that level of fight, if they can keep up control of games when we do go ahead. What is our problem right now is the second half. Near the end of games, we can fight. When we are behind, we can fight. But when we're ahead and we go into the second half, to control the game for the remaining 45 or to add more, it's always tough for us. Even look at games we've won. Look at Brighton, 2-0 in first half, come back, score a
Mm,
third, everything looking
mm,
good. Before you know it, it's 3-2, and it's a tight game. And Brighton can score a third to make it 3-3. Luckily, we score 4-2. But that second half fragility exists. And as a manager, it's up to you to fix it. That's where the ball is in Amorim's court. But because of agendas of fans talking
yeah.
about whether I want the manager to stay, I want him gone. I have said I want him gone, so I can't flip flop. He must go. No matter what,
Mm,
he must
mm,
go. Even if you have 5 wins in a row, the first loss we have, back to manager out. You have been right this whole time. It's just like people can't even allow themselves to be happy as fans. I personally
terrible.
find it irritating, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to be permanently on a particular side, right?
Yeah.
You can look at what the evidence is telling you. Some people are calming down and want to see
Mm,
more, but
mm-hmm.
I just wish we can give we can be honest with ourselves as fans, regardless of what your agenda or purpose with the manager or whatever is. I wish we could just be more honest with ourselves in terms of just being able to say, okay, this is a good run of form. I see improvement, and let's see where we go from here. But some fans can't even do that, and it's a bit annoying. But the fact is, Ruben Amorim has improved Manchester United, and let's see if he can continue in that vein. That's the question right now. Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of those things where I tend to err towards, towards the side of caution because because I tell you what, yeah, after I think the first thing we beat was Sunderland, so we're like, okay, we beat Sunderland, all right, that's cool. Not really sure we can build on this, we could win one and then lose the next one, and then we're back to square one, and all this toxicity from other fans that have the agenda, right? And was it Liverpool next? So wow, that was definitely going to be a task. We had never won in Anfield for years,
big game.
and
Yeah,
big game. I didn't, bro. I wasn't expecting us to win. I thought that maybe we are gonna draw. We ended up winning, which was great. So
yeah,
I was like, okay, cool, man. Brighton will never beat Brighton. They beat us 3-0 last season at home, man. Oh my god. And then we beat, and then the way we,
Brighton.
bro, what really fascinates me is the way we start games. And that's one thing Amorim has always hammered on. It's like he wants the team to start games like with intensity and drive and really go at teams, especially at home, which is like a sweet because at home that's what you're supposed to do. But even away from home, that's what he wants us to do as well. So it's great. But David, I
Yeah,
think you touched on something which is very key, which is the fact that you look at our bench. Our bench doesn't really have the same quality as the starting 11. Um, and it's a
that's
problem
clear.
because Casemiro and Bruno, this was the same midfield that we were scared of last season. And we never, every time a United fan saw that midfield, even this season itself, I'm like, oh my God, Casemiro and this guy again, oh my God. But I like like Amorim has switched it up a little bit, and Casemiro doesn't like drive, like just go and start like jumping into tackles. So he holds a bit more, and there is a bit of cover from even when guys like Mbumo dropping a
Yeah,
bit, and so it's more like out of shape. Sorry, without the ball, it means almost like a 4-4-2 kind of thing going on sometimes. Someone drops into a proper
yeah.
10, so so it's given, and Casemiro is just like he's so fit, like he is incredibly like just amazing. His ball selection, his my way he's playing now is just crazy. So you say to yourself, okay, if Casemiro leaves the midfield,
He's on form right now. Long
and
may continue.
bro, even the game against Brighton, when he left the pitch, that's when we started conceding. This game against Nottingham Forest,
Yeah,
no, I think he was in the pitch. Was he on the pitch? I think he was still on the pitch because it was just like start of second half, but it wasn't his fault. But definitely this game against Tottenham, he leaves again and things capitch starter. Bro, I don't know. We don't have someone that does what Casemiro can do because Ugarte, in terms of breaking up play, he can do that, but the pass selection and obviously the aerial threats and all that, he's not quite there. Bruno, no, not Bruno, but Menu can actually, in terms of how he covers ground, but he obviously is not as quick, but he has that pass, some of those qualities, but not exactly. So we now find ourselves missing a 33-year-old who cannot play 90 minutes for the most part in these games. Because there's a reason why I'm mistaking him out, because he knows he cannot play him for 90 minutes. I don't see any reason why he keeps on consistently taking off the best player on the pitch as far as midfield is concerned every single time at 60, 70 minutes. Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely something to be scared of and to worried about. But we don't have a right bench, and now Sesko is out. So okay, I think are we out for an international break already? I think we are. So we have to see what happens over the international break if Shesko will be back. But I would have really loved. I know that we say that all the time, but I would really loved my man Xerxes to start one of these games. I think he's just not had luck coming in and helping us. But it remains to be seen, man. It does remain to be seen. I hope things turn around for some of these guys that are not already starting for us. But it is what it is, though. Um, Bro, quickly moving on, because we want to make this a succinct podcast that we're recording. Arsenal dropped points at Sunderland. That was one of the shocks of the weekend because, bro, obviously all of our FPOs, we all know the defenders, Arsenal players, Raya, all of that stuff, clean sheet guaranteed, and Arsenal get concede 2 goals. Although they didn't lose, which is great, but they dropped points, and now they're only 4 points ahead of City, who won against Liverpool. So mine was definitely a very up and down game for sure, but very very action packed, definitely, especially in the second half. But yeah, kind of is what it is. What do you think about the game, bro, David?
Which game? Come on.
Arsenal, Sunderland.
Yeah. Oh man, tell me about it. Somehow, teams just always bottle the lead against Arsenal, man. Teams just always bottle the lead against Arsenal. Sunderland have proven to be a pretty strong team. I think the Sunderland team is one of the strongest relegation team, like promoted teams in terms of a campaign. They're having a stellar campaign, comfortably in the top 10. The last game they lost was to Manchester United. Before that, they barely lost. They've barely lost games this season. They have decent points. They showed a strong performance against Arsenal. They played better than Arsenal in the first half, went
Mm.
to the half break 1-0 up. And second half, Arsenal do what they do. Saka scored a goal, pulled one back. Eventually, Trossard, who is like becoming their most clutch player
I
again,
tell you, I tell you.
scored a goal and took them ahead. So now everybody is looking at it like, oh wow. Well, it's looking like they're going to win this thing. Luckily for all of us and the entire world, Brian Bobby of Sunderland makes it 2-2 in the death. Arsenal almost luckily they have some Arsenal have some juju, man.
I'm
Arsenal
telling
almost
you.
luckily have a chance to win the game in the death, or if not for some hero defending by a Sunderland player to
Yeah,
block the chance.
Balak. Yeah, Ballad. Sorry,
And
Ballad.
they play to 2-2. And I think more and more teams are going to follow Sunderland's blueprint. And I think Arsenal are going to lose a few points. Gyökeres is also out injured right now. Um, let's see how long it's going to take for him to come back. But I do think Arteta is going to be exposed as normal between the mid-season. But good start for Arsenal. He has them, always at like the top end of the table. Although you should expect that in your seventh year. So fair play. That was a nice game. Well done to Sunderland having a great season. And yeah, it was. Arsenal never have like the best games of football anymore, and they
Yeah,
only
yeah.
have themselves to blame. They don't play the most entertaining football anymore at all. So their games are really, really rememberable.
You know what's funny is that the
So yeah,
Arsenal tend to be labeled with the whole set piece FC, label, but both of their goals against Sunderland were not from set pieces. And if they were, I'd have been very surprised because Sunderland, every ball in the air, even on the ground, their defenders, they had like five at the back, sometimes almost six guys at the back. The flop, they were everywhere, man. They were not going to let any. They were so dogged in the defending in the second half. The first half, they were literally on them. They were on Arsenal. So I see that, and Eze missed a lot of chances for Arsenal, man. So many chances. Saka was trying, everyone was trying, Trossard was doing really well, coming into position and just trying to make an impact. So that was really good from Trossard. Um, I have to say, man, Rice, Declan Rice is probably easily the best midfielder in the league at the moment, especially at least a number 8. I don't know who does what that guy does. He's not even a guy. I'm thinking midfielder, complete midfielder. I don't know. Oh my God! Imagine having a Declan Rice in a midfielder, David. Be crazy because he covers ground.
Yeah,
Provides quality.
yeah,
He
yeah.
whips free kicks and corners in. He not just covers ground, like he carries balls forward, like he pulls. But you get what I mean? Like he really advances the play. And and he's just such a very like oh my God, he's some of his play was really good. And one of the first goals that they scored, which I think was for the one Saka gets eventually, was it Saka? I think it was Saka where he nicks the ball off of Lefay and then drives in as well, or passes the ball. So
Mm-hmm.
he's definitely a player that's up there in just his performances, and he's so consistent. And like you said, bro, I think Arsenal should be winning this league, but the way City is going, which leads us directly into City right now, the way City is going, bro, the way Haaland is going, the way that team is going, bro, Doku is a beast. Like I don't know, man. The way I'm watching that team right now, and I just realized Doku is only 23. Haaland is what, 20? Is it not 24, 23? Like these guys are still flipping young, and they are on one. And when they start playing like this,
Yeah.
and that's the one thing that Pep is doing, and Pep has changed again. He has changed the blueprint again. So unlike before, when Pep would like to try and like, oh, let's pass around. When they basically pass teams to death, they don't do that anymore. They give you the ball too. They give you the ball a bit more. They want you to have a ball a bit more. The difference being, they know and they understand that when they do that, when the other teams hold the ball a bit more, Haaland will get space. That's why this flipping robot keeps scoring. I mean, I know obviously he's a great striker and all that, but that's why he's having the space. How many of his goals are coming from him running from midfield this season? How many of his goals are coming from him driving with the ball from midfield, or even perhaps just getting his head on the ball? Bro, it's crazy what they are doing. The cheat code is mad. And Haaland never ever has chances. Because Arsenal was like, okay, let's press. I mean, not Arsenal, sorry, Liverpool were like, oh, they're gonna press City, they're gonna press them. And they will do the whole pressing stuff. But what happens when you press? You engage, you go forward. When you go forward, you have guys like Haaland just sitting there waiting for the and of course, you have Doku. You cannot write a script for what this guy is going to do on the pitch. It is ridiculous. Like, I can't, it is
Mm.
ridiculous. What he is doing, his dribbles are like, there's almost, you can't even defend against them anymore. Nobody defends against him anymore. Like, check it. Nobody even tries. Conor Bradley had Vinicius in his pocket for a whole, and even almost Mbappe for the whole game. He comes against Doku, he can't do nothing because this guy's dribbling is, look, Vinicius is a good dribbler, don't get me wrong. But this guy's dribbling is something else. Is something else. Do you know how many dribbles? Oh my God. First of all, he wins the penalty. And his
Yeah.
goal.
The
And
issue
he's
is
turning. Oh God.
inconsistency with Doku.
Oh my God. No, but he is
He's
consistent
a
this
very
season
good
now.
player, and no, he's a bit still early to say. He's been at City for more than a season now, so he's not be consistent. That's the issue. On his
This is his third
day,
season. This is his third
literally,
season.
he's one of the best. He's one of the that's what I'm saying. Literally, he's been one of his best form right now that he's had at City, and he's been there for 2 years. He's always been unpredictable and one of the best dribblers. But can he
Mhm,
do it consistently? It looks
mhm.
to me now that he's ready to do it consistently. So
Yeah.
let's wait and see.
Say, now when my married, now I realize, say, everything clear for her eye. He just had some, he got married, had stability at 23.
I
Before you know
saw.
what's happening, my man's looking all sharp and consistent on the pitch. I'm joking.
I
But
saw.
man, it's wow, what a story with him. He's really up there in terms of his performances and all that, and he's giving defenders
Yeah.
food for thought anytime he approaches just the box in general, bro. But I have to say, like, what do you reckon? Because it appears or it feels as though With the 4 points gap that Arsenal are giving the City, and obviously we're going off to the international break. Do you think that's likely to increase, reduce? What are you thinking? Because it's looking interesting. If Man City continues the way they are continuing, except something happens to Haaland, I don't see them stopping anytime soon. It's the pressure now is on Arsenal to continue to perform, and I just think it takes one slip up, and then the league is, is wide open again. That's league title, and even more so, the gap between the what's it called, the second, the number two teams, or even number three, down to like 10th, is ridiculously thin. Like, I don't even know how we are above Brentford and Crystal Palace. I don't know how we're above these teams, but we're not above them by much. If we had won this last game, we'll be sitting pretty, a little bit pretty, or at least a third before the international break. So this is such a like a very tight league, and I agree with David Moyes. He was in his press conference. He was saying this is as tight as he has ever seen it. And I don't know, if, bro, if you can attest to that, but I feel the same way as well. Like, this is probably the longest, or the tightest. Sorry, we've ever seen the league table. It's crazy, even though 11 games in. What do you think, bro? Yeah. You have any thoughts on that, David? Are you
Yo,
there?
I had a network issue. Can you come again? Yeah, I had a network
Oh,
issue.
okay.
Can you come again?
Yeah, I was basically talking about
Just like
you know the
last part there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was saying, what are your thoughts? Like, the table is so tight now between third and 10th and all that. Like, we're even above Crystal Palace for some reason and all that. So I was
Yeah,
just wondering what
yeah.
your thoughts
I
were.
would like to know actually, like, yeah, I would like to know, like, at this stage last year, I would like to know, like, if the table was this tight for the top 10. The table
Can't
for
imagine.
the Premier League looks so tight.
Hmm.
Every win for us between the second position and the eighth or ninth, with every win, you can go as high as second or third, and with
Yeah.
every loss, you can go as low as 10th. So it's very volatile, and it seems like teams are gathering points in ways where it remains volatile.
Hmm.
So teams are losing at the right time and winning at the right time for it to stay like this. And it's not meant to stay like this. Different um, forms are meant to be showing by now. So I think it's very interesting. If United right now, who have a favorable run of games, if we can just be consistent with positive results, try to win a few, draw some, try to avoid losses, which I believe we can. I believe we would be in a very shocking position positively come end of December. Tight table.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. I even what's it called? I even in terms of shocking performances, I just hope that we don't really have any shocking performance for Man United again. But but it is what it is, bro. Bro,
Yeah, yeah. Sesko's showing was very poor, man. Those
yeah, it
chances he
wasn't
could
good.
have done better. I agree.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good
Mm.
at all. But we'll have to see how it goes for him. Bro, quickly, our fantasy performance over the weekend. So personally, I got 47 points. My name of my team, the
Yeah, you had a
Comeuppance.
good week, man.
But then I had Cons on my bench. So there you have it. And guess
Mm.
what? Guess what?
Okay.
Guess what they did? Because
Okay.
Gehi didn't play. So like Gehi didn't play, right? So I had two defenders on my bench.
Yeah.
I had Twanzebe and I had Konza. Twanzebe had 3 points. Konza had six. And guess which one fantasy picks
Mm.
automatically to replace Gehi? Twanzebe.
Who was in front now?
I don't even flipping know, man. The thing is pissing
Who
me
was
off,
in
bro.
front in your arrangement?
Okay,
You
actually,
probably put
Twanzebe was in front.
Tuanzebe in front.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah, it happens. It happens.
Yeah, but I was really happy. I captained Mbomo and I vice captain Saka, so both of them did well. So at least they scored a goal each, which was good. But the rest of my team, Sumenyo missed the penalty and he got zero from me. Gakpo comes to the bench, does nothing, gets one. Krupi, I thought, bro, Aston Villa losing. Oh my god, Aston Villa beating Bournemouth 4-0 was unexpected to say the least. So Krupi that I brought in is looking bad, bro. I just feel like everyone that has Haaland is just like doing a cheat stuff because I've been trying to like get midfielders to do anyway. Long story, I just feel like Haaland is a cheat code for some of these guys, man. Because
Do
before
you have
Haaland
Haaland?
plays, I don't, because he's too expensive and I don't use my wild card yet. So everyone is like, I feel like I've been doing well personally with what I have, but because Haaland scores, every other person that I know that just did better that is now doing as well or better. So pisses me off, but maybe I'm gonna do the wild card eventually. But I just that kind of stuff in the FPL
You
now.
should.
The moment you go and get Haaland now, Haaland will not get injured.
You stop scoring. Yeah,
So I'm trying to keep the faith.
that
But
is FPL for you.
that's FPL for you, man. So yeah, that was my performance, bro. How did you perform and FPL?
FPL was calm this week. Anybody that watches it should know by now that this week was one of those poor weeks, quite poor. Um, Generally speaking, it was quite a poor week. I
Yeah,
think the average was like 40, 42, 41, which is a
yeah.
very poor average. Average is normally in like is normally in like the 60s.
No, no, the average was 30 something,
So
36 or 30. Yeah, it was actually 30 something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Wait, are you sure? Average of what exactly are you saying?
Let me open it. It's average of 30. Oh my God, this stuff is it's 36. Average of 38. Sorry, 38. Yeah, that's the average. 38.
Okay.
Yeah.
Average of 38 to what exactly, bro?
No, 38 points. Now that's the average points for FPL this week. This last weekend, sorry.
So very poor, man. You see,
Yeah.
very poor.
Yeah.
Average is normally like way higher than that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
yeah, this is a week that if you get good points, you can capitalize like crazy and
Yeah.
move up your tables. I had like average week of 42 or so.
Yeah.
Could have done better, could have done worse. I saved some transfers. To be honest, you don't need a wild card to get Haaland because there are a lot of transfers you can do. You can
Yeah.
save transfers up for a few weeks, and you can have up to three, four, five transfers,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
when you have that, you can now maneuver your funds in order to bring
Yeah.
in Haaland, for example,
That's true.
if you wanted to do that. So
That's true.
yeah. So the week was average, to be honest, just keeping positions,
Yeah.
and we keep it pushing with FPL. But honorable mention,
Yeah.
FPL story before we say bye for the day. Did I ever say the Van der Ven story?
No, I don't think you. Oh no, I'm not sure you have.
I
No.
don't think I mentioned that. Yeah. So I last week or the week before, uh, if anyone is aware, Van der Ven has been quite like a decent FPL choice for centre
Yes,
back
yes, yes,
this
yes.
year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, well, one of the best probably, right? So, when he scored a goal in a few games ago, not the most recent one, right? I added Van der Ven to my team,
Mm.
and ever since I added it to my team, for a lot of weeks, Tottenham were conceding goals. They won some games and all that.
Yeah.
They lost
Yeah.
some games, but on a general basis, they were conceding goals.
Yeah.
So Van der Ven was returning basically like no points, right, for that period. A lot
Mm.
of ones, a lot of twos. So I had him in my first team for like literally 5 weeks or more.
Mm.
On the week, finally, I decided to bench him for another player just
Mm.
to try to see points, see if I could luckily get some points from another player if he disappoints again.
Mm.
And I wasn't the only one who did this. A couple of other FPL managers did this too.
Mm.
We benched him for the first week ever since we bought him after having like no points from him for a while.
Yeah.
And then lo and behold, that day he's on the bench. He scores not one, but he scores two headers,
I'm telling you.
and he brings a haulage of 20 something points alone, points that definitely we should have gotten if not for the fact that I put him on my bench for that particular week. That was so painful.
Oh
That was
my
so
god.
painful.
Oh my
A
days, man.
20
That stuff
something
pisses me
pointer
off, man.
defender.
On the bench, you know.
Nah, bro.
I thought the story was going to end with how you just put him on and he then
It was
scored. Just
crazy.
like and then he then got yeah. That's painful, bro. But it did
That's
happen. We
all.
know that. We know that. Unfortunately,
This way.
it did happen. All right, man.
This
We've
way.
had a blast of recording, and we thank you all for joining us. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe.
Sir,
Please also join our
like, share,
FPL,
and sub.
our FPL team, Pizza Banter Podcast. Let us know how it goes. Catch you guys, I suppose, after international break.
FPL
Or we might do something during the international break. One or
fantasy.
two recordings here and
Yes.
there, just to kind of like
Yes, we'll try to
discuss
do an
football.
episode. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be nice. Just so we can just care
Any news? Yeah.
any news and
Also,
whatever. So
yeah.
let's see how it goes. And yeah, we'll catch you guys later.
Yep.
It's
Consistency.
yours truly, Harrison, Rose, Pitch About the Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe.
Your boy Rose.
Signing out.
Yes, sir.